Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Liam's Life with Jukebox with your one and only, your impresario, Liam. Woo! So first of all, how are you all? I hope you're all keeping very well. First of all, I have to, some of you may have seen my live video recently on Instagram. I have been very, very busy the last number of weeks, and also with my sister's wedding, which was this day last week. And it's been incredibly busy where I've had to literally stall the episodes of the main jukebox, but hopefully now in the next few weeks I will be bringing out the remaining episodes. There are about five, including this one. After this episode there are only 4 episodes left, and there will be a special reunion episode at the beginning of May where you get to ask me questions about how I do different things, and I'll let you into a little bit more of the personal side of myself as well, outside of work and play and everything in between. So what is the focus of today's episode? Well, as most people already know, I am an examiner for Trinity College London. I'm an examiner for Trinity's Graded Examination of Spoken English, which is GESE, and Integrated Skills in English, which is ISE, for the Speaking and Listening module. So I assess students every year on their ability in regards to their English level and English ability. Now, on the other hand, I also trained to become what is called a Trinity Stars expert for the Trinity Stars Drama Performances in English Awards. So these are awards. So they're not examinations, they are awards. So the difference between an examination, you either pass or fail, whereas an award, you get a standard award or a star award. So students groups will produce a performance and will get a medal and a certificate. And also the teachers get a certificate as well, as part of that as well. So what is Trinity Stars? Well, Trinity Stars, as I mentioned, is all to do with drama. It's all to do with theatre. And it's about collective teamwork. Trinity bases itself on holistic learning. So it's all about basically learning in real context. That's why I enjoy Trinity so much. And that's why I respect Trinity so much as well. And it's Trinity College London I've worked with throughout my career as a teacher, so I am very much a champion when it comes to these exams and awards. Now, in my place of work, we are doing this for the first time this year. It's very challenging. It's been a bit challenging to try and do books, to try and prepare students for normal Trinity, GESE and ISE, for GESE, and also to do Trinity Stars as well. So in Trinity Stars, there are 4 stages. So there are 4 stages, and each stage will apply to basically how much a student has learned in that period of time. So stage 1 goes towards students who have been studying English between 6 to 12 months. So this is like very young learners. So these awards are designed for younger learners as well, before they go into the examination realm. Okay, so before they go into actually the full-on exam mode. This is sort of to be creative and fun as well. So 6 to 12 months, and the performance time for stage 1 is quite short, so it's between 5 to 15 minutes. I am actually doing a twisted version of The Three Little Pigs against Little Red Riding Hood, and I look at the criteria and see which areas my students will be good at doing, and that is something we will base it on that. Then when you have stage 1, you have stage 2. So the higher the stage or award, then there's more stuff to do. So in stage 2, which is for students who have been learning English for 1 to 2 years, the recommended time allowance is between 10 to 20 minutes performance. So there's a little bit more to do there. And there's also more requirements. For stage 1, they have to have 1 language requirement, 1 performance requirement. In stage 2, you have to do 2 language requirements, 2 performance requirements. So you need to do more. You need to show more in the performance as well. So that also adds a little bit of pressure, but also I pick the areas for my classes that I know they can achieve easily. And that is actually a tip I would give to anybody, but I'll talk about that more in a moment. Then you have stage 3, which is for students who have been doing English for 2 or more years, and their performance is recommended time of 15 to 30 minutes. So 15 to 30 minutes. So it's a much longer performance, because I actually have a group who are doing stage 3, and their performance is probably going to be about 20 minutes long. because because they have to do monologues, they have to do dialogues as well, and there's no singing in this one, so it's all acting as well. So it's given them a real challenge, and I like to push my students as they do, as the saying, good old saying goes. Then there's the school show award, which is which is for big groups, okay, and that is doing a big show which is 30 to 90 minutes long as well. Now there are when you're talking about performance, there are very many different ways you can do with performance. You could do poems, you could do a play, you can do a story, you can do songs, or like a variety show as well. Now, in the process with my 3 groups, I have come up with the idea of themes, whereas stage 1, with my group, I said I did a twisted version of the 3 Little Pigs with Little Red Riding Hood. It's like literally the 2 stories nearly merge into one big story. So that's what we'll be doing there. And it's mostly sang, so they're going to be singing it the whole time. And the good thing is, if you are a teacher with stage 1 groups, you can participate more actively. You can be actually leading the performance and actively participating with them. So that is an advantage, because in my case, I will be playing the wolf. Oh, so I'm going to be playing a wolf. So I have to, because none of my students wanted to play the wolf. So who has to play the wolf? Myself. So that'll be quite a lot of fun to do. And then stage 2. Now, when you get to stage 2, stage 3, the students need to know their lines, and they need to work on those lines, and you have to apply that performance aspect very much so, because at the minute I'm doing once a week drama, once a week English with my students, because they need that essential practice and they need that guidance. But the only problem is I'm not getting other work done. That's the thing, I have to prioritize what needs to be done. Other teachers have different approaches. I have other ideas as well. So for stage 2 and stage 3, the teacher can maybe give them a line or a hint of a line, but you cannot actively tell them. You can actively lead the performance. They have to be in control of the performance as well. So that's another thing. Now, going through the stages in more details, when you're looking at stage 1, ideas of which I would recommend to teachers is like, think about famous stories, what they're learning in class. Are they learning about shapes? Are they learning about colours? Are they learning about numbers? There's different things that you could gradually fit in to make this story as well. And songs that they love in class, because a lot of my students, especially the group I have, they love music, and that's why I've been applying the music, and they're actually learning some of the words they haven't done before, they haven't learned before, but they're actually getting into it. Like, for example, I have a student who is doing the Sensible Pig, which is the House of Bricks, and he's like, and I says, use anger. Do you what? Give me an angry face. You're like, I built my house of stone, I built my house of bricks, I have no chance to sing and dance. As work and play don't mix. That sort of thing. And I practice it within a rhythm that they're able to understand it very well. Gradually build it up. Step by step, go scene by scene. Once they've got scene 1, then bring in scene 2, then scene 2. If there's 4 scenes, 4 parts, gradually bring it in as well. That is the best way to do it as well. So that is the way I am approaching stage 1. With stage 2 and stage 3, now obviously I would expect learners to be a little bit older here, like maybe mid to upper primary for stage 2 and stage 3. There are many ideas you could think about. Think about the books you're using and the ideas that you can bring in to that story. Ideas you can bring into that story. Look at characters, what type of characters. Look at the personality of the students. The personality of students are really important, because some of my students are quite shy, are quite shy. But with one group, my stage 2 group, they're called the Magicians. They all have magic powers. They all have different powers. The idea came from because they all love Pokemon. So I have like electricity, love. I have water, fire, nature, all those sort of things. But all those things they have been learned in class. It has inhibited me getting forward with books, but the thing is, think and play to the students' strengths. Make sure that they are giving them the best of themselves when they are doing their performance as well. And again, same as stage 1 and with stage 2 and stage 3, build it up. And like in stage 3, I have them doing time travel. So we're going through different eras where they have to do monologues, which is for all of them, it's about 90 seconds where they're going to have a moment to shine, a real moment to shine, and they have to learn their lines. And that's something I'm going to do. But the actual main scenes that they're doing, I've edited them to be a lot shorter, so it makes it much easier for flow as well. So, and gradually build it up on that aspect as well. Now, with every of stage, each group have to produce a project. Now, the way you can do this in many ways. You could do as the projects as individually. They could do them individually or as collectively as a group. Now, what I am doing with stage 1 and stage 2, because of their age as well, I'm doing their project as a group. So what they are going to be doing, for example, this is an example project I'm doing. With my stage 2, the magician group, they're making their wands. Their wands are their project. Their wands are the project, and they're all going to be designed in such a way that's going to really stand out. And then in stage 1, their set is going to be their project, like trees, sticks, bricks, all the different items of the house. It's basically making their houses as well. Where stage 3, I'm taking a different approach because the theme is time travel. They're doing a logbook. They're doing a little logbook of what they are doing, designing their costume, they design their ideas, come up with fun ways to approach their performance. So that means that it's to show the expert that there has been a process leading up to the final product. So, as I said, the themes that I've chosen, always be careful of your themes. Be aware of your themes and what you can do with those themes as well. Pick themes that actually are well known to not only the students, but to the teachers themselves, that they have a lot of knowledge behind it. That's why I picked, themes that I actually will enjoy, and I know the students will enjoy because of their personalities. So stage 1, I'm doing fairy tales or famous stories. Doing magic for stage 2, and in stage 3, I'm doing time machine. Time machine's amazing, which I'm really looking forward to it. As I said before, stage 1, you have an active role. You have an active role in playing with the students on their performance. But then in stage 2 and 3, you have to be more passive. You have to step back and let them do the work. But my biggest piece of advice that I would give to teachers is that they need to work alongside with your students. Ask them what they want. Ask them what they would like to do. Get their input. And I have often said, like, some of my students would be very reluctant to tell me. They'd rather let me decide. But I said, no, this is your performance. I want to know what you want to do. This isn't about me. This is about you. And practice as much as possible. As I said, if you have a slot of 1 hour classes a week, personally for me, I would be dedicating 1 hour to drama, 1 hour to just doing Trinity stars with them, or Trinity related practices if they're doing both, because some of my students are doing both normal Trinity and Trinity stars as well. Now, the final part of this video today is also the exam day itself. Now, the exam day itself, obviously, for any centres who are doing this for the first time, you will have the Trinity Stars expert, who also will be your Trinity examiner as well if they're doing GCSE and ISE with you. Now, prior to the performance, make sure that that all teachers complete a feedback form for each group. Now, you may have, in my case, I have 3 groups. I have colleagues who may only have 1 group or 2 groups, but you must complete the form. Now, what you need to do is make sure that you highlight which areas that they have really worked on and what they are going to do. So because these feedback sheets, the expert, not the examiner, the expert will actually write notes on the performance to give you ideas to help you in future Trinity Stars performances. And the expert will come in. It's usually a block of like 3 hours. So there's going to be a lot of performances to see over 3 hours. We'll watch the performances and then give the awards. Now, the idea is to achieve the star award, you have to achieve the objectives you have written on the actual feedback form. And also as well, if you don't achieve it, you get the standard award. But I think majority of the time you will get the Trinity Star Award. All students will be awarded with a medal, and they will be awarded with a certificate after the session ends. And the Trinity Stars expert will have a stamp and go will stamp their work, will stamp the work to see their projects as well. And then finally, after that is over, after all those performances are written, there is a 30-minute reflective session with the expert and with the staff, with the teachers and the director and whoever's involved. Because they really want to ask how, obviously, to give you tips and advice to try and build upon what you have done throughout the process as well. And it's very much collegial. It's not they're not out to get you as such. They're trying to make sure you get the best out of yourself, the best out of yourselves, and the best out of the teachers who have helped the students, and also to progress in the next and then in whatever years ahead that come with Trinity Stars as well. So there you have it. So it's actually quite a fun process. As a teacher, I'm looking forward to doing this with my students. I've been wanting to do drama for so long. Now I'm getting to do it. And to be honest, even though I will not complete books as such, it's not to the inability for it's not due to the reason I don't want to do the book. It's like I want to try and get more work done, but also at the same time there's other things going on that have to take priority. And most of the parents that I know do understand that, and they know we're under a lot of pressure as well at the minute as well. So, but overall, I'm excited. I can't wait. And I hope this year for me, when I'm doing my Trinity season, that I get to do Trinity Stars as well. Because I haven't done it yet. I'm hoping this year is the year that I do my first year as a Trinity Stars expert as well. So, on that note, before I sign off, still to come on season 4, there are quite a few things to come up as well. I'll be talking in my next episode, which will be after Easter, which will be talking about the elementary stage with the topic forms and how to develop the topic in such a way that it makes it easier for students. I'm going to be doing a very special episode about mental health, okay, which is talking about minding your head. So what is best coping strategies and ideas and how to look after yourself emotionally. I'll also be doing an episode about Drag Race UK season 4 as well, which was for me one of the best seasons I think ever in the franchise of Drag Race. And then also I'll be talking about the wedding in my finale, and it'll be finale and reunion. So talking about how and everything about the Jukebox, going behind the scenes of what I do on a daily basis. So that's what I do as well. And then that'll be it for season 4. So season 4 will be wrapping up early May. So I can start preparing myself for other things and gearing up for going away. Woohoo! That sort of thing. Alright, so I shall leave it there for today. So I hope you're all well out there. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope what you find was informative. And if you have any questions, remember just comment below on the video, and remember to like, subscribe, and pass on the info about Names Happy Jukebox. So until then, mwah, we'll see you soon. Or as we say in Spain, hasta luego, because I gotta go. Bye!